Okay. Oh, wait. All right. Good morning, everybody. I'm going to mute the mic over there. Now it's over here. Good. All right. Good morning, everybody. Time to start with our daily Forex trading strategy session. It is the Thursday, January 14th, 2016. Let's get this party started, huh? Bum, 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 bum. All right, good-looking people. Welcome to Forex.Today. My name is Wayne McDonald. I'm the Chief FX Market Strategist for TradersWay.com. Excuse me. Traders Way is a fabulous ECN that gives traders access to the Forex market quickly, cheaply, affordably, without drama mama. Don't be a drama llama. And that's what you want from your prime brokerage. So we hope that you become successful and choose us as your trading partner for many successful years of trading. Let me remind you that trading Forex is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. So please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. All right, so here we are. This is kind of where we left off yesterday. Let me clean my glasses. Yes, I wear glasses now. Yes, I'm in my mid-40s. Suddenly wake up and you're not made out of steel anymore like you were when you were 20. And all of a sudden one day you're like, why is my cell phone so blurry? You ever run into that problem? Or you go grocery shopping. Hey, how many grams of sugar are in this can? Wow, I can't read anything. So anyways, I got glasses. Let me clean my glasses. There we are. All right. So anyways, that's what the trade plan was yesterday. This is the beast. This is the Great British Pound against the Japanese yen. And, you know, if the stock market falls, and it doesn't really matter which one, but in particular if all stock markets fall around the world, the Japanese yen has a propensity to gain strength. And that's because there are the two mature bond markets in the world that investors globally see as safe havens. Those bond markets happen to be in the United States of America and in Japan. They're very mature, very deep, very liquid, very safe markets. So when things go bad in the stock market, people take money out of the stock market and they need to put it somewhere, and that somewhere tends to be bonds. And you want, you know, do you want, I don't know, the Libyan bond market? I don't know anything about the Libyan bond market, but, you know, London, Tokyo, and New York are, you know, maybe Frankfurt, right, are some places to consider buying bonds. So anyways, you can see here the Japanese yen being the Japanese bond market's much, much bigger, and money tends to flow there. And this is also in a scenario where the Great British Pound tends to be weak anyways. So our trade plan yesterday was a sell. You know, it was the strangest thing. You know how funny trading could be? I was trading USDCAD and pound dollar yesterday. It was funny. I forget which direction I was, but I did the same thing on two currency pairs. Either I sold the US dollar or I bought the US dollar. I can't even remember which. And the opposite happened on both you know, on both pairs where, you know, let's say pound got strong versus the dollar, but CAD got weak versus the US, and they did the opposite. And I'm like, what? pretty rare, but but anyways, for a short term, I got caught, but you know, like always, made it back up. So anyways, long story short, we've been bearish on the Great British Pound for a very long time. And so that's that. That's a trend trade. And you could see the plan pull back to the gray area was just this idea that this is a role reversal. So nothing complicated there. So that's why it came up. Okay, remember the plan was created a day and a half before it happened or something. But you get the general idea. It did pull back. In this case, it came to the 21, lower low, back to the 21, lower low, back to the 21, lower low. Lots of little micro trades in there, right? Each one of these pullbacks to the 21 is a buying opportunity. Okay? Everybody good? Type something in the chat. Who's alive? Hello, hello, darling. Hello, darling. So anyways, up, right, sell, up, sell, over and over and over again. And you notice one interesting thing is we're caught on this 121.4. And I'm wondering if this is going to be important in the future. So why don't we mark this and just, you know, play around with this idea that, you know, 170 has been a psych problem. It's like 169.50, but a little bit of a psych problem going on there. And this is always interesting because, you know, it may form a bottom, right? It's not quite a J-low yet, but you know, it could form. And if you're not so sure, right? If you're not so sure what a J-low is, it's a big wide bottom. And a J-low, you know, would sort of oh, where's my drawing tool? Let me get my drawing tool fired up here. Fired up. Is this a 15-minute chart? Ben asks. Well, A, it wouldn't matter if it was a 15-minute chart, 5-minute chart, 5-year chart. But no, it's a 4-hour chart. So it just shows you where we are in the context of the trend. Remember, if you're a bear, on this chart, all you need to do is, you know, I don't know, how do I say it simply? The 4-hour chart's probably my favorite chart in the whole world. That's one thing. Okay? And two, you ask yourself, what's the trend? Is it hard to see that this is a downtrend? No. So for example, the definition that I use for a bearish market is the fact that this 21 EMA, the orange one, is below the blue one up here. Technically, right? Technically, the trend is down. Okay? I'll look at that and I'm bearish. Done. I mean, seriously, less than a split second to do my technical analysis. I'm a bear. I'm a bear. The question is, what's the velocity of the trend? How fast is it falling? And for that, I look at the angle and separation between the 2155. Now, if you have trouble analyzing whether the two lines are moving together or whether they're moving apart, like obviously, if I'm using this for velocity, if they're getting narrower and narrower, you know, the velocity is slowing. If they're getting farther and farther, the velocity is increasing, right? Some pretty basic stuff. But let's say that you just have trouble with that. Is there a technical indicator we could use to identify whether the velocity is increasing or decreasing in the trend? If my trend is defined as 21 above or below the 55? What do you think? Oh, a MACD. Well, let's play around with that. So insert Indicators, I'll use the custom one just because the one that comes standard with MT4 is, how you say in French, it is stupide. Okay, so there it is. Okay, there's the MACD. This is what, you know, every buffoon on the planet would use, right? Hang on, let me get it out of the way. Right? Every buffoon in the world would use this. What's wrong with this MACD in the context of my definition? Somehow we got into MACD training, but anyways. What's the problem? Because remember I said I want to know the velocity of the market. And I said the market is trending down. The problem is this MACD, the one right out of the box, is measuring the velocity of the 1226. The 12 EMA versus the 26 EMA. Who, excuse me, excuse me, who uses those moving averages? Come on, Gerald Appel. Gerald Appel invented the MACD. What were you thinking? What buffoon, what nincompoop trades the 1226? Nobody. So what do we need to do here? We need to adjust so that the indicator will tell us what we want it to tell us. The velocity of the market. So that's, you know, again, this is sort of in my book, right, from 1,000 years ago. So what are we measuring? The 2155. 2155. Okay? And then, of course, I don't want to measure over a period of 9. Why? Because all my EMA settings are based on Fibonacci numbers. So what's a number that's close to 9 that's in the Fibonacci sequence? Just for fun, just a congruency. It would make no change. I could leave it as a 9, wouldn't impact anything. But let's do it right, all right? Let's make it purty. What's a fib number close to that? How about 8? Right? 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, right? Boom. Okay, and that's going to show you the velocity. Okay, so right in here, the market turns more bearish. It's still bearish because the MACD lines are below the waterline, so technically it's bearish. But right in this point, as MACD turns down again, shows us the velocity is increasing in the downtrend. That's all. Easy. So right in here, chow. Easy, right? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Isn't that nice? Look, you're getting smart. You're learning what the indicators actually do. So anyways, in this case, I'm a bear. The trend is down. The velocity is good. It's steady Freddy. So, you know, these pullbacks to the 21, those are your selling opportunities. Okay? That's it. Seriously. So who likes to swing trade? Okay? I love swing trading. And what you should be doing is identifying on the long-term trend. So like on this 4-hour, you ask yourself, all right, is the market bullish or bearish? Well, you know, going back to like this chart only goes back to mid-December. Okay? So from this point on, how many times has the trend changed in the last month? How many times? None! So what's the problem? Right? Seriously, what's the problem? There should be no problem. So pullbacks into these EMAs, like the 5 EMA, riding the 5 is most aggressive. Riding the 21 is an also aggressive move. So all these pullbacks, when you're pre-London and you see you've pulled back for a day or two to the 21, sell it. Right? Sell it. That's it. Sell it. Oh, but what about the trigger? Oh, what about... No, sell it. Write it down. If the market's bearish, and you're a bear too, and prices return to the 21, sell it. Okay? So the book that I wrote a million years ago, what it says is when you're back into this area on the 4 hour, on the 15 minute, change the chart and take the 5/8 cross down. Right? Or on this time frame, just sell that. After the, look, you only had 16 hours to be ready. Right? And if you're saying, well, a couple of things to that, you totally can do that. And then B, I generally trade the same way on the 15-minute chart and the hourly chart as I trade on this 4-hour chart. So anyways, if you've been a bear for a month, you know, you just need to be selling these, right? So we've had some green candles for a little bit. I wonder if we're going to break the support. I don't know if we are or not. There's definitely support there. So I need to wait for my signals and be ready for it. Oh, one thing I want to add, Bank of England did not raise interest rates. But there was one dissenter, but he's dissented 5 other times in a row. So no real change there. Did you catch core GDP? What is it, 1.2? Fine. All right. This is USD yen. Does anyone want to try to buy the USD yen? Remember, I asked you last week to take just one PowerPoint slide and put 3 bullet points. And you're going to outline your strategy of what 3 currency pairs you're going to buy or sell for the next 3 months. This is USD yen. Okay. Did anyone say, yeah, in the next over the course of the first 3 months of 2016, I'm interested in buying USD yen? If you did, then you're going to like this area. Okay. You should have been eyeballing this 1750. But don't cry for me, Argentina. It's only 1778. I mean, if your target is 500 pips, what do you care about the the 25 you've lost here? But you could see that it was a wicked awesome opportunity. That's a roll reversal after a double bottom. Now, if you got knocked out because you bought it here, by the way, if you bought it here, that's golden too. And you probably thought you were the best trader in the world, came up to 18 and tanked. All right, well, yeah, we got to get through that nonsense, right? But maybe, just maybe, this is our new floor. Okay, 17 held, double bottom at 17, 1, 2, 3 back to 1750. See how the psych levels play? The USD yen is a huge psych level. A psych level pair. Huge. So, especially the bigs, right? 17,000. So we came down to test it. That held firmly. Now we're at 1750. We got to get through 18, right? So 18, 1850, 1850 back to 18, 18 back up to 19, 19 back to 1850. So we'll see. But the double bottom, so how does a market reverse? Or how do you trade a reversal in a market? First thing is you need a double bottom at support. Okay. 2, you need, in this case, a higher high, which is this higher than this. And then 3, fib. Oops, that was a circle. 3 is a fib on the roll reversal. And that's this stuff in here. Okay. Look at it on an hourly chart, and she's purdy. Right? What do you say about that? I like the way you trade. Cool. Beep. So that's USD yen. That might be interesting. Look, it's up 10 pips since I've talked about it. Wow. I'm the most powerful trader in the whole world. And Anzac is on the move. Kiwi, a dog, huh? NZ on the way. Dun 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 dun. What was that problem? Doesn't mean. Why can't you tell me? 4-hour chart, huh? Looks like a breakout. What do you think? Let's identify it. This could be interesting. Well, Aussie USD is still clearly below 70, which is my area of concern. But would you consider that a valid range? You could even do it this way. What was that promise that you made, right? All right, that seems to be like a valid range here. And this is a breakout. WWWD, what would Wayne do? Yeah, I know this is Kiwi related, faux show. What do you think? Is it going to go up to the psych level and then tank? Okay. And by the way, I think it was just yesterday, maybe the day before. I'm not so good with time because I'm always at my charts. But I gave you a very specific reason, fundamentally, why Kiwi was going to drop more. What was that reason? Be specific. I gave you a very specific piece of information. Milk? What about milk? The U.S. Department of Agriculture's crop report for the spring of 2016 is, in particular, when you focus on dairy, predict, what was it, a 6% decline in dairy over 2016? And New Zealand happens to have the largest percentage of GDP than any other country related to dairy. Dairy products have a high percentage of New Zealand's GDP. Oh, isn't that interesting? So it wasn't the Fontana bi-weekly dairy auctions that I watch, but this is just the U.S. Department of Agriculture's crop report. Now, remember when I say, it was the Dukes, it was the Dukes, it was the Dukes, right? Frozen concentrated orange juice. Is that the flashback? I'm not sure what your anchor was, but we specifically talked about trading places and the crop reports and all that kind of stuff. So that's what happened just the other day, and that's not good for New Zealand. You want an AO, area of opportunity? That's my AO. That's the 15-minute. You could sell off this 21. It's not as strong as the 4-hour 21, but it acts the same way. Okay? And if this turns red now, what's going to happen to this oscillator? It's immediately going to roll over. Okay? Just like this one, see? Now I'm gonna trade you till the stars fall from the sky. All right? Now I'm gonna trade you till the pips fall from the sky. So that's it, right? Boom, boom, bada boom, bada bing, bada boom. So have you decided whether you want to sell this right now? Yay or nay? If the answer is yeah, then cut the corner, drop into this in the Cinco. Okay? And trade it here. What you want to see is a little bit of a lower low, lower high, lower low. And you're on board. Roger that. Right? Danger close. You're right in the mix of it. On this smaller time frame, you can see this was a deal, but whatever. Pick one or wait. If it rolls over here, take it. If it goes up a little higher and rolls over there, take it. Just be prepared, son. Okay? Bump, 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 bump. Maybe we should wait and take this one together. Do you want to just take this one? Wait for it. What kind of trade do you want to put on it? Just want to double check. All right, well, oops. Beep, beep, sorry. Beep. What kind of trade do you want to do on it? Auto stop. You want to do a 15 pip stop loss. What do you want to do? 15, 30? Help you psychologically. Is that right? You want to try that? 5A cross there? Just for fun? No, this is where you pray. Oh, look, we're profitable. Come on, come on, come on now, touch me, baby. Can't you see that I am not afraid? Look at the money we're making. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, so that's easy. MoveOn.com. And pound yen, we did boo ba ba boo boo ba ba ba. We got to do USDCAD. I did another dummy mistake yesterday. I don't know what I'm doing. I made 30 pips, but it moved like 150. What am I doing? But it's one of these things where I'm taking shots. I'm not at the computer. So I'm like, I'm going to play it safe. you know, make 33 pips and come back and like, dude, did it? I mean, this whole thing is a 4-hour move. And yesterday's big jump, it was funny because I sold this for some stupid reason. I waited for like 3 days to buy it off the 21, and then when it got there, I sold this. I'm like, or maybe I sold this. I can't remember which one, but I just, you know, it's one of those situations where you watch it for 3 days and then it finally sets up and you do the opposite. But I ended up getting it on the next wave up. But look, back to the 21 up, right? Back to the 21 up, back to the 21 up. That's all it is. And now I'm in an area of concern because this is the projected top for the week. We knew this on Monday. It's now Thursday, and we've hit weekly R2, weekly M4. And so you ask me, like, where are we going to go now? You know, big question mark. How the heck would I know if we've already achieved our conservative and aggressive targets for the week, and it's Thursday? So what are we going to do between now and Friday? You know, it doesn't look like we're just going to blow through the pivot profit zone, does it? I mean, it kind of looks like we got in there and stopped. Why did it stop? Because all the smart money's using the pivots. That's why we use it. We're smart and good looking, but we've been blessed. But even just simply the smart ones realize that this is the target, so they're done. So maybe we kind of drift back down, and Monday we're doing this, and the CMA catches up, and you know, we meet sort of in here, right? And this is a role reversal, just like I did here. Yeah, you know what? I did, thinking about it, I did use this as a stop yesterday, this orange line. So you could see, at least I know where to get out. I think I lost 15 pips, so I'm crying over a scalp. But it's so funny how, you know what it was? Pound dollar was rising, right? Which means US dollar weakness, right? So why not sell it? And maybe, you know, we're only talking have it come down 30 pips, maybe down to the next level of support or something, right? But sure enough, pound dollar went up, which means US dollar weakness, but then USDCAD went up, which means US dollar strength. And you're just like, how, what? And what really happened was the pound did get strong, the CAD did get weak, and the US dollar did nothing. So I lost money on both trades. You know, I'm like, what? Damn you, Forex. But whatever, they were scalps, right? So I lost 30 pips, and then, you know, 20 minutes later, made them all back. Not a problem. Easy peasy. So anyways, area of concern, we've hit our target. That's what our target was on Monday. Oops. Right? This is Monday morning. Slingshot off the weekly central, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, target achieved, take a walk, right? Take a walk or pop a squat, I don't know. Okay? So just don't expect a whole lot more, and if it does happen, if it does break out to the upside, and we do get a whole lot more, that's unusual, which means those extra pips are risk. Just risky, right? Versus normal pips. So make a judgment call. Next, what do you want to do? Aussie dollar still a bear. Well, you know what? I guess I got to show the Aussie dollar. Aussie strong in the moment. I'm just looking at lots of 4-hour charts. So here we are. All right. Well, full disclosure here. I've been a crybaby about Aussie USD because I was hoping 70 would be a floor, because if I go to a daily chart here and I back out, we've been here a very long time in a very long-term downtrend. But you know what? I think I'm going to give up. Meaning, like, I've been a bear on the Aussie USD, I don't know, has it been 3 years now? Since Governor Stevens, head of the Reserve Bank of Australia, he came out one day and told us, what was it, 1,200 pips? He said that the Aussie dollar was overvalued. He actually told us. I forget what the numbers were, but I think we were at 92. Governor Stevens actually came out and said, you know what, the Aussie dollar is only worth 80 cents. Can you imagine? How many times does a central bank just give you 1,200 pips? Beautiful. Just free money, right? And then we get down to that, and it bounces a few hundred pips on profit taking. And then he comes out and he says, no, it's not worth 80, it's worth 70. And what? Another 1,000 pips. Thank you, Governor Stevens. So, you know, that was like 2 years of trading. Just I crushed the Aussie dollar. I think it was 2014. I'm just going off the top of my mind. I think 2014, I had traded like 300% more Aussie versus a normal year, like 300% more. There were entire days where, like, what did you do? Well, I sold Aussie dollar, I sold Aussie yen, I sold Aussie Swiss franc, I sold pound Aussie, and so, you know, or I bought pound Aussie, and I, you know, and just over and over and over again, you had these baskets of just doing nothing but selling Aussie, right? So, anyways, you know, I think I'm just back onto that, because if we look at this day trend, right, this is the daily chart now. Yeah, we had lots of sideways action recently, right? Only the last 6 months, but, right? This is the last 6 months. What happened? Generally nothing. The high end of the range, 74. Low end of the range, 70. All right, so think about it. For 6 months, from June to December, we were in a 400 pip range. You know what? Pound yen moves 400 pips in a week. Aussie dollar moved 400 pips in 6 months. But what's the prevailing trend? If we were looking at a weekly chart, right? What's the prevailing trend? And it's going to be, you know, down. So, you know what? So be it. So it seems the likelihood of the future seems, well, it's either going to bounce now off of this cycle, or it's more like this, right? So we're down to basically the last day. It almost has to go up today and tomorrow, or forget about it, it's over. Right? We're almost to that point. And the reason I say almost is, you know, let's go to the basics. Are we at support right now? Yes, like to the pip, dude. Right? So it has to go up, right? I mean, at this point, it just has to go up if it's going to respect. Look at it. I mean, follow the price line here. Follow it. Right? To the pip. Well, what happened here? Looks very similar. Okay? So it kind of has to wake up today, tomorrow, and needs to rise every single day next week. And if so, the upside is 74, as I've already pointed, right? As I always pointed out. It's going to be 74 right there. Pa-chow, pa-chow, and pa-chow. Okay? If not, this is just going to move sideways for a long time, and we're going to go whoop, 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 whoop. So I guess, you know, wake up and smell the coffee, or you'll wake up and, you know, taste the concrete, right? Situational awareness, my friend. That's an important spot, isn't it? Look at that. So are you going to buy that? Well, if so, what are you hoping? Aussie dollar strength or US dollar weakness? And it's an important question to ask, because if you want Aussie strength but you also are not sure about the US dollar weakness, then you want to play this setup on a different Aussie pair, like maybe Aussie Swiss franc. Hua? Let's use this one. Boop. Maybe an Aussie Swiss franc is more your cup of tea. First of all, you'll get paid more on the carry. Hang on. Oh man, I had a lot of analysis on this chart too. I thought I didn't. All right, but let's see. This analysis obviously isn't the, or maybe it was. Look at that. Look at that. Holy smokes. I forgot about it. Holy smokes, eh? Wow. I'm totally distracted by that. Wow. Holy smokes, eh? Anyways, let me just clear that because that's numbing. I'm like, how come I don't have pips on that? That's so pretty. Let's just do standard. All right. So if you think Aussie USD is going to flip to the upside, then wouldn't this be lovely on this one? What do you stink? Yeah, all right, Freddie. I guess Freddie's on the East Coast, huh? All right. Bada bing, bada boom, huh? Now what? You have a request? How can Uncle Wayne help? What currency pair would you like covered? Oh, you do the Aussie yen one? Yeah, well, yeah, especially with the USD yen set maybe to work its way up. I'm okay with that one. It'd be the same type of thing, so I don't need to cover it. I guess the thing I'm trying to point out here is looking at this Aussie Swiss franc 4 hour, there's nothing bullish about it. It's your alpha, your plan, your analysis, your analysis of other Aussie pairs that say maybe Aussie's going to get strong soon, but it ain't strong now. So, you know, a degenerate gambler would simply buy it down here, right? An amateur trader would buy it right at resistance. A professional trader would wait and say, if it does this, I'm long and strong on the retracement. Okay? There's a big difference. Euro USD? Really? Beep. All right. Euro USD. You know, but I covered pound USD. Is euro going to be significantly different? Okay. All right. So what's the question? It went up. London opened at resistance. The London boys sold it. Right? So what do you want to do with it? Are you a bull or are you a bear? Right? Oh, Sam asked a pretty interesting question, or easy question. Pound obviously moved a lot. Well, yesterday we had positive Chinese data. Yesterday we had a negative number on Aussie jobs report. The Bank of England just kept interest rates the same, but we had one dissenter that wanted to raise interest rates, put it all together. Right? That's simply what's happened over the last 24 hours. But see, again, you should know all this stuff. Boom, 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 boom. Right? The Chinese economy exported more than expected. Aussie jobs report came out negative 1K. Bank of England didn't raise interest rates. There was one positive dissenter, one hawk. All this stuff needs to come together at the snap of your fingers. You got to know this stuff, right? But I thank you for asking, because I don't know what you don't know, and you don't know what you don't know. So the only way we can work together is, participation. So anyways, the way you play this comes down to entirely whether you're a bull or a bear. A bull would buy, okay, and a bear would want to sell the retracement, maybe in here, which has already actually occurred just a few minutes ago, right? Because there's two scenarios. Bearish is you're going to fib the bearish engulfing candle, short the 382 off of a cycle, perhaps 109, and drop it like a ton of bricks. Easy. Absolutely, totally brainless, easy. Unless you're a bull. A bull now, it wants the opposite, right? Breakout, retracement, back to the roll reversal. This is a 1 hour 21, right? Mean reversion, and off to go. Hot to go, HOTTOGO. Absolutely, totally brain dead easy. You say, well, Wayne, which one is it? Well, how the hell would I know? But if you have a bias, at least I know what you would do or what I would do. Okay, the only difficult part of this is deciding whether you're a bull or a bear. If you lose money consistently, it's because you can't answer a very basic question. What do you want to do with this euro? I don't know. Blah. You just spit it out onto the desk. Blah. A bunch of nonsense, right? No. You have to know what you want to do. Hey, you want to trade my money? You want me to give you $1 million? How many people here would like me to give them $1 million to trade with? It could be done. Okay? The problem is I'll ask a question that'll stumble almost everybody in the room, right? Well, what are you going to do with my $1 million? You know what? I don't really know, Wayne. I'm just gonna, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I take it day by day. Actually, I take it 15-minute by 15-minute candle. I don't really know. I just kind of make it up as I go, right? It just sounds stupid, doesn't it? Now, I'm not insulting you. I'm just trying to get emotions riled up. You need to have a plan. Know where you stand. What team are you on? Who goes out? What kind of professional soccer player goes out on the field and plays both nets? Isn't it kind of a basic question? Like, which goal are you trying for? I like to stand in the field and just kick the ball both ways. How many games do you win? I like to take the ball away from all the players. It doesn't matter if they're wearing white shirts or red shirts. I just like to take the ball and run. I don't care what team I'm on. I'm not actually on a team. It's just, it's redonkulous, right? Yeah, so anyways. Oh, yeah. Yeah, draw. So anyways, it's easy. All you have to do is know what your strategy is. Right? So this is called Fib Wars, and it's a great opportunity to lose money. Okay? Because you're in the buy zone for bulls. Ah, come on, drawing tool. You're in a buy zone for bulls. You're in a sell zone for bears. And you can get caught if you're not careful. If you're trading in here, what's the likelihood you're going to make money if you're in that blue zero? Right? Very low. So you need to decide whether you're going to buy it on this cycle up, or if it does cycle up, if you're going to take the next drop down. Okay? And, you know, and if you want to fight both the bulls and the bears and see how you do, just wait for it to go in the middle and then do something. Do it late. Right? Buy high or sell low and see how it works up. All right, we just got a couple of minutes till the bottom of the hour. Let me check something, hang on. I'm pressing every wrong button invented. So what do we have?
1 minute to the bottom of the hour. We'll get the weekly initial jobless claims expected 275,000, priors 277,000. Continuing claims expected 2.21 million. U.S. import price index for December month-over-month expected minus 1.3%. Year-over-year expected minus 8.4%. Also get Canada new house price index for November expected 0.2%. Also looking for revisions to the latest Philly Fed index.
Okay, that was TradeTheNews.com. I've been using them as a squawk service for 9 years now, maybe? Maybe longer. By the way, congratulations to the Baltic Dry Index, an absolute new all-time low.
Look at the weekly jobless claims and import price index in just a few seconds.
I guess we'll just leave it on Euro USD for now.
284,000 for claims above the 275,000 expectation. Import price index minus 1.2% is compared to the minus 1.3% expected. Year over year minus 8.2% compared to minus 8.4% expected. Canada new house price index 0.2% is in line with expectation.
So import prices are down, not a shocker. Housing price index in Canada as expected, not a shocker. Weekly jobless claims higher than usual, 284. Continuing claims, 2.26 million. All right, not a good weekly jobless claim, but you know, nothing to freak out about yet either. Going back to this Baltic Dry Index, it fell another 3%, even though we were already at an all-time low. Dude. Wow. So apparently people are not buying iron ore and coal. That's usually a bad sign for Australia. A falling Baltic Dry Index is not in any way indicative of a healthy Australia. Because if you're buying iron ore and coal, you're probably buying it from Australia if you happen to be, let's say, China. And you need to ship it back to, China if you're China. And you need a bulk freighter to do it. And if people are renting these things, prices are going up. But prices going down. So you know what's probably going to happen is we're going to have a massive shortage one day, because what's likely to happen right now is you're going to start scrapping ships. If you're a ship company, you're going to scrap. And then one day, commodities will come back, maybe. Demand will come from somewhere, maybe. Right? And then we'll have a shortage of ships, but I don't know. Those are pretty long cycles, right? What are they, 7-year cycles?
So we do have a Euro Finance Minister ECOFIN meeting scheduled to start in about 30 minutes' time. Some commentary now from the Italian Finance Minister that...
All right, so underwhelming response here. That's fine. What are we on, a 5-minute chart and it's not even moving? So if you're a bear, you need to sell it up high. If you're a bull, you kind of need to be buying it off this 109, right? What's the actual price here? Hang on. We're at 108.92. I mean, boy, it's close, man. I'd say you're either taking this Stoke cycle up on the on this 15-minute, or you're not. So on the 5-minute, you're going to look to cut a corner, right? You're going to look for up to the averages, retracement, long and gone back above 109. Oops, I don't know where that line came from. Or you're already short, essentially, right? If you're late and you want to be aggressive, use the 1 minute. Late, obviously, meaning you want to sell. Then you're going to use the 109 as your resistance. It's only a psych level, right? It's right here if you can't see it. Okay, you're going to use that as your resistance, and maybe you do a breakout trade on the 1 minute like that. Okay. What are you going to do? Okay. We got about 2 minutes left. How can I help you? 2 minutes. 2-minute warning. Call me maybe. Stupid thing didn't work out anymore. Boo. Oh, S&P. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, we haven't done that in a while, huh? S&P 500 it is. Thank you, by the way, for everyone participating. Oh, check it out. What's Wayne doing? I got the S&P 500 1 minute and 15 minute on the right, Euro USD on the left. It's funny when I get caught. I'm scalping on my fun account. Oops. All right, so let's look at the S&P 500 15-minute chart. Actually, let's bust it out higher. Here's an interesting role reversal, right? At this point, we were playing it as a possible buy zone. That quickly died and act as a sell zone, right? Role reversal, right, as we call it. This had some potential to head up. We had a double bottom forming, and it was an idea to do this and then probably sell. But it broke. Sell. So whether you're, you sold here or here, or here, the outcome should be the same. Unless you're a scalper, then either you made some quick bucks or you lost some quick bucks. But the trend's been down for a while, and the only reason you'd be long is if you were picking bottoms. As you can see, the main thrust of this thought process, even though it ended up being wrong, what was the logic? It's support 2. Okay? And every time we came down and touched it, it was respected. This was not an invisible area on the chart. Okay? If you want to continue to be a bear on the U.S. stock market, that's it right there. That's your sell zone. You're going to look for this and this and that, right? To be a bull on the S&P 500, you really need to get through these pivots here, right? You don't have to be the first in the game on this one. Look at it on a 4-hour chart, add some more time. And remember, I said my favorite chart in the whole world is a 4-hour chart. What do you do at the 21 in a downtrend, guys? What do you do at the 21 in a downtrend? What do you do at a 21 in a downtrend? So I hope that sparks some excitement and enthusiasm for the future. Right? Remember, don't try to catch the bottom. Don't even try it. Let it present itself. Because even then you got to fight all these areas of resistance, and it takes a while to change the whole market's opinion. The one caveat to the stock market, however, is most people make money when it goes up. So on a daily chart, you might pay attention to levels like this, right? And I would probably even include the weekly in this. So this whole area here, weekly S1 down to weekly S2. On the daily chart, that was what we talked about when we were way up here, right? You guys remember that? When we were way up here, if it broke out, the next buy zone is in this area. We're getting closer and closer to that. And all that kind of means to me is maybe next week we get a rally. But I'm not going to be the first one in the rally. I'd rather let someone else put the money on the table. I'll just go along for the ride, huh? So, hey, thank you for being on my team. Tomorrow's Friday, so I'll be at fxstreet.com. Please register there. Peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May your profits be above average. And this video is being recorded, and I'll put it up on Forex.Today. Please head over there and register, huh? Give it a like, subscribe to the channel, do all those things. Take care of yourself, you hear?